In the traditional way of understanding that liberation is all about not being born again. No, you are so liberated, you are so free that you can choose to come back. Otherwise, why would the great souls like Lord Buddha or Swami Vivekananda say, I'll be back? Attaining freedom from miseries is liberation. Liberation is both permanent and temporary. Babaji talks about going beyond dvandvas, going beyond opposites. We naturally arrive at a state of liberation. That means one is not even aware of miseries nor its opposites. Moment you free yourself from misery, and automatically when you start feeling happy, for example, and you start again being devoured by the states of happinesses, then too somehow you lose a perspective. Obsession with anything makes us lose perspective. The way we want to escape from misery and the way we want to remain enamored by the happinesses to a greater and greater extent, that too distorts our vision. And anything that makes us distort our vision, where the seer starts seeing things and needs proper glasses to see. Likewise, when the seer and sin remains in a confused state, there will always be a problem. Unless and until this confusion is removed, till then we will not be able to get liberation. Liberation is both permanent and temporary. Here Lalaji Maharaj is talking about liberation as well as salvation in one go. Salvation, according to Babaji Maharaj, is also temporary. Liberation is permanent. Here, liberation has nothing to do here. In the traditional way of understanding that liberation is all about not being born again. No, you are so liberated, you are so free that you can choose to come back. Otherwise, why would the great souls like Lord Buddha or Swami Vivekananda say, I'll be back? Only a truly liberated person will say, I can do whatever I want. Of course, within that framework of Dharma. When the liberation is such that the bondage of sorrow is never felt, it is permanent liberation. Is bondage also permanent? If we are to speak of liberation as permanent, no. Bondages are not permanent. They are temporary. If bondages were permanent, there would not be any possibility of liberation from them. Now the question is, if bondages are temporary and are not permanent, is liberation also temporary? Bondages are temporary, but liberation is permanent. While in the second sentence, Lalaji Maharaj says, liberation is both permanent and temporary. In the last sentence of this paragraph, based on the bondages, Lalaji talks about liberation as both temporary and permanent. So, in simple way, we can understand from this that as long as bondages will remain, there is no hope for liberation. Moment you are out of this association of bondages, whatsoever they be, once you get out of these bondages permanently, then there is permanent phase of liberation we call proper liberation and not salvation. Going beyond dvandvas, we should understand that where the idea of misery or happiness, both are transcended, then we arrive at a pure state of liberation. You will yourself know, you will yourself experience it. Yes, I don't need any other proof from Shastras or anyone else, including my master. Such a state is achievable through our simple practices. Morning meditation, evening cleaning, keep on doing it. One day you will realize that yes, suddenly, just as churning of butter happens like that, this state also on its own will speak to us that yes, this is liberation. Some say that being bereft of feelings and movement like a stone is liberation. Some think that being one with the ocean as the drop is liberation. Others say that flame uniting with flame is liberation. Some believe that one who ascends high is liberated. But none of these is true. Mental attachment is bondage and detachment is liberation. It is also called sacrifice or renunciation. Renunciation and detachment can also be called liberation. The following is the difference between these two, which is also found in a saint and in one who has renounced everything. Whenever we look at such statements, we really get confused. Can renunciation be an act? Can detachment be an act? Can a drop falling in the ocean be an act? Can a state of liberated mind pretend like a stone? No. State of liberation, when it really happens, you need not pretend. You did not even make an effort that the drop is merging now in the ocean. That effort also becomes redundant. Feeling that I am pure, feeling that I am detached from the rest of the world, this will no longer be artificial or cultivated. It simply happens. Simply put, chakras are like circuit breakers. We have multiple, suppose electric current is passing through a wire. You have attached, in the first place, some equipment, another equipment, third equipment, fourth equipment, fifth equipment. And if they are taking, if the resistance in each is different, right? So from 110 to 220, various levels of currents will be passing. So you have to filter it, right? But if the same current is passing without these resistances and reaches out, it can blow the circuit and burn it. Heart is all about desires and contentment. When desires are not fulfilled, it affects the second chakra, we call Atma chakra, where there is so much of peace. When peace is not there, what happens? You become restless. It affects the third chakra, which is a fire point. We become angry. This further leads to the fourth point being affected. It creates a lot of fear. And because of this fear, it ends up creating illusion. This is the fifth chakra. In Gita also they say, person whose desires are not fulfilled becomes restless. Person ultimately becomes angry. And a person who becomes angry loses his compass. He loses his discrimination. He loses his mind. And a man or a person who has lost his manas or discriminating faculty has lost his humanity, because manas, as they say, or man as we understand, both words are derived from this root man. Man means mind, and mind is lost. You are no longer a human being. You may have a human frame, but you have lost your humanity, you see. you lost your perfect health. So, how to help a person before he becomes overburdened with the emotion or the energy vortexes affecting all these chakras that we just talked about? Is there a way how to permanently make a person diffuse his anger? Is there a way how to make a person get away from fear? All these are part of yogic practices, especially under Heartfulness way. It actually shows you how you ended up creating this mess in your life. As you know, we go deeper into meditation, we move from one energy vortex they call chakra or plexuses in yogic terminology. Chakra they call it, heart chakra or nabi chakra, or there are infinite chakras. And as you move from this heart chakra, which is full of love, to another chakra which is called atma chakra, both are like different dimensions. Love when you feel, and at the same time, because of the impact of the love, when this next chakra is awakened, and because of that another chakra is awakened as we meditate more and more, it has its ripple effect. It touches your superconsciousness. You feel not only love, but you feel extreme peace within yourself. This peace, love, ends up creating a level of refined contentment. This refined contentment removes all this fear that you say you experience fearlessness. And ultimate fearlessness is about your immortality, that you are invincible. Nothing can destroy your consciousness. I may die, but I continue to exist in my consciousness. This confidence you gain as we move from one chakra to another. Now, when I am settled on the heart chakra, I have consciousness of that level. When I move to the next chakra, now I have moved to a little bit higher level of consciousness. If you might call it, I have transcended love. It will be a beautiful statement. You are no longer in act of loving someone, but you become love yourself. So the verb is no longer there, but you become a subject called love. That also you transcend and you become absolute in the process. Now this keeps on changing as we move from one chakra to another chakra. And what prevents us from moving from one energy level or one consciousness level to another consciousness level? Again, programming. You have programmed yourself with your actions, with your thoughts, with your habits. So, in a way, cleaning these chakras can help. But this cleaning cannot happen with water or with something. There is a yogic process. It can easily happen through transmission, through pranahuti.